Welcome bums to Crash Theories. Today's topic is Flash to CW. What's gonna happen in Season 3? Stay tuned to find out. I want to start this off by saying that Flash is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Like, if I wanted to, I would sit down for a whole day and watch every episode from season 1 and not get bored watching. And of course, with love comes curiosity, and I'm freaking curious. And I said it in like the first few seconds of this video. What's gonna happen in the freaking third season of The Flash? And of course, others are asking the same question I am. Oh my god, what did Barry do? What's gonna happen? And for those who want to know, stay watching. I'm gonna tell it right now. And before I say the consequences of what Barry did, I'm actually gonna tell you what would have happened if he didn't save his mom in the end of season 3. I should have said spoiler alert, but I already recorded this. I'm not gonna record it again, so whoever just heard me, you just got screwed over, haha. But whatever. Continuing on, as you already know, Wally West in the comic books actually is the third Flash. And as you know, in the CW, when Barry was getting his powers back, like a wave of the Speed Force got hit Wally West and Jesse. But in the end of season 2, there wasn't any clues at all if they were to become speedsters or not. But all the evidence that we need are right in the comic books. For Wally West is the third Flash of the 4 that they are. For those who don't know, the first Flash is called Jake Eric, second Flash, our beloved Barry Allen, and the third Flash, Wally West. The same name of our Wally West in the show. And as you see, since he got hit with the freaking Speed Force, of course he's gonna become a speedster, as you already seen in the trailer. But either way, him saving his mom or not, it looks like it was going to happen either way. So we already know, either way, Wally West will become the third Flash. That is our first clue that Jessie will become a speedster. Not because that her father called her quick, quick, fast. No, stop making that assumption. That isn't why. The thing is, in the comic books, probably heard of her in the New 52, there are people connected to the Speed Force that aren't ready to be Flashes. For example, the Reverse Flash and Max Mercury. And of course, one of those people are called Jessie Quick. Even if, she isn't called Jessie Quick for everyone else, she isn't a superhero, it's already implied the second when she was called that she's going to be a speedster no matter what. So there, out of the park, you already understand that. So, as you already know, if Barry never saved his mom, the current event that were going to be unfolded would be both Wally and Jesse becoming speedsters with the Flash, and other superhumans being connected to the Speed Force also sprouting up. Okay, since that's all out of the way, now we can get to the good part. As you already know, in the end of second season, Barry saved his mom and made the biggest mistake he's ever going to make. And that's for one reason, the Flashpoint Paradox. In the end of the season 3 trailer, it is already mentioned that the Flashpoint Paradox obviously is going to be a big influence into the show. Because of course, the Reverse Flash himself already mentioned it. If one person said it, you already know it's true. For those who don't know, the Flashpoint Paradox is the what if Barry's mom were to be still alive kind of thing. And of course, if you mess with time, you screwed up. That's it. You fucked everything up. That's it. No, there's no going back after that. You screwed everything up. And of course, the Reverse Flash went back in time and saved Barry's mom. Most of us would think, oh, that's good. The smart group of us would say like, oh, damn it all, right? You know, and for those who said that, you are absolutely right. Is that you see, Barry's mom is destined to die. Everything hangs in the balance. The world will go to crap if a sweet old lady's life were to be spared. And one of the biggest things is that, well, Bruce Wayne never becomes Batman. You heard me, quote me on that if you want to. Bruce Wayne never becomes Batman. And here's when things really get crazy. When Bruce and his parents were going down the alley, Bruce is actually the one that gets shot. Yes, actually, Bruce is the one that gets shot. And as a result, Bruce's mom, Martha Wayne, goes crazy and becomes that universe's Joker. And believe me, there's more. Bruce's dad actually becomes a gun-wielding Batman. How he had the idea of becoming Batman? Don't ask me, I don't know. Comic books. Where there's a Batman and there's a Joker, you know, they fight, duke it out, shoot each other, kiss each other, whatever, I don't care. And going back to the breakdown of the trailer before I get too sidetracked, Eobard Thawne in the end of the trailer says that Barry is the bad guy. And surprisingly, the bad guy telling the good guy he's a bad guy in this situation actually is right. You know, other than starting the war against the Atlanteans and the Amazonians, destroying the United States itself and killing millions upon millions of people due to, you know, Barry saving his mom, well, you know, he's a bad guy. You can, like, killing one person is just being a bad guy, that's it. There's no competition. There ain't no calling to war, he's a bad guy, that's it. Stop making assumptions. If you disagree with me, put it in the comments. I'll argue you. I'll fight you right now. Put your dukes up. Really, believe me, the bad guy calling the good guy a bad guy for saving a life actually does make sense in this situation. Especially that life you saved doomed one of the most important superheroes in existence, you know, Superman. And just to be quick about it, because Barry saving his mom, Superman's aircraft got to Earth a millisecond late, and because of that, he was caught by the military and put underground, never being exposed to the red sun, yellow sun I mean, oh my gosh, meaning he would never have powers, and he should be trapped there forever, prone to experiments, because, you know, a good old lady can't stay alive. Going back to the trailer again, I am really excited for the next season of Flash. I am extremely curious of what Barry is going to do about all of this mayhem that he's caused and how the Reverse Flash is going to play a role into this. I am actually not sure about this. Unlike the comic books, Barry was the one that saved his mom, so it's kind of uncertain how the Reverse Flash is gonna have anything to do with this, only to inform Barry of the consequences of his actions. That's the most I think he's gonna be part, or at least in the end, they might do this super cool bad guy, good guy team up in the end. That's the most I could probably think of. And don't quote me on that, because, you know, there's no proof of that. I'm just making it educated, guys. It would be cool if, you know, they were to. I am extremely excited for the third season of The Flash. The first season was good, second season was better, third season is gonna be amazing as it is. And you already know, like and subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter, because, you know, I have Twitter. Putting that in the description. Saying that again. And, you know, this is Crash Buster over here, signing out. Bye, bums.